Are we already started? Oh, I'm right on time to watch Taiwan live TV!
Good morning and welcome to Taiwan, everyone. This is MJ Klein on a beautiful, cold Monday morning here. We are in Hsinchu City, and I had just dropped my wife off at the local mall because there is a big sale going on. Some kind of anniversary sale. It's actually not a Christmas sale because they don't do Christmas here. But, yeah. So, hi, everybody. I want to say thank you to my sponsor in the upper left, ivideo.com.tw. They are providing our mobile internet services, and if you look in the description or the profile, you can get a 10% discount code every time you use their service, and they provide worldwide Wi-Fi service. I prefer to use their battery bank model. Thanks, bud. Yep, good. I'm watching the road, thanks. I prefer to use their battery bank model because it also charges the phone or charges whatever device you got. So, and the battery bank is cool because it is a Wi-Fi box, so your whole family can connect to it. We used it when traveling to Bali, and I used it on my famous trip to the United States. It's amazing. Hi, everybody. All right, I got a couple of things to talk about. And I'm so sorry that I haven't been on and have not been giving you guys the usual good content that I have. I went to that market the other day on Friday, I think it was, wasn't it? Or was it Thursday? I forgot. When I went to the market the other day. And I'm not a big view monger, and I'm not a VIP broadcaster. I'm not into any of that stuff. But we did get a decent amount of views, which means that at least the content was click-worthy. But I'm just driving around today. I've been very sick, as you can tell from my voice. I am getting better, but I went back to the doctor on Saturday, and he said that my lungs are not clear yet, and I still have some heavy congestion, I guess, is the best way to say it without being too gross. Anyway, I got a Bootsy update for you. Bootsy Barbecue TV. As you know, I run the channel BootsyBarbecue.tv. It's actually a website, and Bootsy Barbecue sauce is coming online. It's being manufactured now. In about 4 to 6 weeks, you'll be able to order it internationally on Amazon. And so let me just put this out there. If you are a live streamer and you'd like to do a review, contact me. You can go to taiwanlive.tv and you can go to the late night show. You'll find our contact information there. The email for the show. Just email me there and let me know, and our team will evaluate your content, and if we think it's a good fit, supply you with some sauce, and you can do a taste test and do whatever you want and do a review, and positive or negative, as long as it's real. All right, that's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm also going to do a show with Andreas, a cooking show using Bootsy barbecue sauce, and that's going to be really a lot of fun. It's going to be fantastic because Andreas is an excellent chef. He's a brewmaster. We're going to be using Bootsy sauce and some of his beer that he's designed, and some gin, compounded gin that his company's come up with. So I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who supported the channel, supported me in streaming throughout the years. So, Uncle Bud, what's the temperature there in Texas? Yeah, it's kind of an odd hour, I know. It would be what, about 10:30 p.m. there. Local time here is 12:34, just afternoon. You know, I want to talk about something. Smoking. You know, people in Asia smoke a great deal. And we have a lot of Southeast Asian workers that come here from the Philippines, Thailand, various other places. And it seems like every single one of the men smoke. Now, the funny thing is, they're always complaining about they're treated like slaves, they don't make enough money, and they want more money, but they always got money for cigarettes. And I had a discussion with a Filipino guy, and because I've known him a long time, and I just said, "Why do you smoke?" And he says, "I don't know." I said, "Really? Well, I mean, do you like it?" "Not really." "Does it taste good?" "Not really." Well, he smokes because his ignorant friends do, and he wants to fit in with them. Which is weird, because I never wanted to fit in with anybody. That was stupid. When I was in school, I never smoked. I mean, of course, there's always guys that want to dare you to smoke, so I inhaled, and I took a drag, and I inhaled it, and I coughed my brains out, and they laughed at me, and I said, "Wait a minute, that's my body telling me this is bad. You had to get used to that. You had to force your body to accept this poison and breathing in smoke, which we're not designed to do." Anyway, so here's what gets me. Taiwan cigarettes are cheap, real cheap, and they've got. I'm looking at the 7-Eleven. I should take a picture sometime, but I'm looking at the 7-Eleven, and there's like maybe 30 or 40 different brands. Wow. Okay. Hey, Bud, I see that you're not a moderator. I need to make you a moderator. I'm going to fix that. Okay? On YouTube. Wow, okay. Well, 65 isn't bad. It's probably about that here now. But I was at the Jar Jar store, and there's an Indonesian guy in front of me, and he's telling the boss lady he wants a pack of cigarettes, and she reaches for one. He goes, no, not that one. The one to the left. And she's no, not that one. No, over to the left, more to the left. And I looked at what's going on, and I said, oh yeah, well, they're always nasty. I mean, come on, you got to admit, cigarettes are nasty all the time. And ladies, I just want you to know one thing before I tell you what I said to the Indonesian guy. Sometimes I'll see a woman, I'll say to myself, wow, she's a very, very nice looking woman, elegant, classy, and then I see the cigarette, it's over. It's over. And, I didn't date women who smoke because I didn't want to kiss them. You hug them, and their hair smells, and their body smells, and it's a filthy habit. And people used to say, I don't want to kiss an ashtray. Well, here's what I said to the Indonesian guy. He's telling her, no, not that pack, not that pack, not that pack. And I said, they'll all kill you just the same. never mind which one. And the boss lady had to suppress a laugh because, I mean, why do people bother selecting cigarettes? It's just like, okay, well, which flavor of cyanide gas and poison and, it's like they're a Jem'Hadar warrior without being a warrior. They're addicted to the white. And it's not a gift from the founders. Anyway, so I call it the robber, because it robs your health and it robs your wealth. Now, here's the funny thing. Oh, that's a Maserati in front of me. Maserati is becoming a very popular brand in Taiwan, and they have a couple of really nice models here. I've checked them out. They're just a lot more expensive because of the import duty. But anyway, the people in my neighborhood, I've been in my neighborhood for about 14 years. And when I moved there, I had a beard. My hair was longer. And as time goes on, you guys know I've gone to Dr. Sears. I've done more exercises. I've taken more supplements. I have cut my beard, because a lot of times older men look older because they got a beard and they take on the attributes. Yep. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, it's not a bad idea if you can apologize for that. And so basically, I'm in better health and in better condition. Like I talked to my sisters, and both their husbands have gray beards, and then I show them a picture of me, and they're like, "Oh wow, you look so young." I'm like, "Yeah, I shaved off the gray beard," So, but they're like, "I don't know, I really like my husband's beard." It's okay, well, fine, but just understand that unless he dyes it, it puts him in that category. Now, there's nothing wrong with the beard. You want a beard, it's okay. I'm just saying, I just cut mine off, okay? I got tired of it. That's all. But the people in my neighborhood that I've known for these 14 years, there are many of them, men and women, that drink too much. They drink way more than me, and they smoke cigarettes, and they have deteriorated. So it's really strange. Like, there's a woman that I can't say that I know her. I know who she is because I see her, and she occasionally tries to talk to me, and I generally don't have conversations with women. I don't, associate with women other than my wife. Hey, J-Boy, how you doing? Nice to see you, man. And so, unless it's one winner, somebody that, business person that I know. And so, I saw her a couple of weeks ago, and I didn't even recognize her. Yeah. Well, see, in your case, it pays off. I know. I've seen, of course, I've seen what you look like, yeah. And so, I was shocked. I mean, I just happened to look at her, just, in passing. And then I looked away, because whatever. And while I was looking away, the shock of recognition hit, and I looked back, I'm like, oh my goodness, this woman looks like she's aged 10 years in the last 2. And of course, she's sitting there with Taiwan beer on the table and a pack of cigarettes, and she's smoking away. Now, so all these people in my neighborhood, their health is rapidly declining, and I'm gaining this interesting reputation of not aging. And that's what Dick Clark did. Dick Clark had this anti-aging kind of thing, but what he did was he made himself look older when he was younger, and then he just gradually reduced the effect as he got older. And that's pretty cool. So you young folks, you can remember that. With me, though, it was interesting because I started going gray when I was in high school. I was 12 years old. I got my first whisker. It was on my chin, and it was white. Never forget. It's amazing. Ah, the Maserati's right beside me. Let me see if he'll pass. Maserati drivers are usually very polite as opposed to some of the lesser expensive, supposedly upscale cars like the BMW, which I don't like. Usually these Maserati drivers are nice. He didn't even try to pass me. He's behind me. And so, yeah, my first whisker was white. And by the time I was 14 years old, I had maybe 5% gray hairs. And so when I was in my senior class in high school, you know, a lot of ladies thought it was cool because it was different. But what happened was, by the time I was 30, I had that corporate salt and pepper look, gray look. And then I found out that a lot of guys were having that done. They were having their hair frosted so they could look that way because it made them look more corporate and like they had wisdom, you know, the gray hair, right? It's like the Bible says, you know, the wisdom is, you know, gray hair is a sign of wisdom, you know, like that. So anyway, but let me tell you, it wasn't all it was cracked up to be, because by the time I was 50, it was completely gray, and it was only because I have most of my hair, fortunately, and I didn't go bald. I also would have looked even older, because people associate baldness with older age, which isn't true. It's not true at all. It's all about genetics. So what I did do one time, though, I was in Thailand, and there was a guy that I used to know. He's since died from smoking. His name is Peter, from the Netherlands, and he used to joke about he'd get his hair painted every month. He'd go down and the girls would dye his hair. I dyed my hair and my beard, and the owner of the bar said that it took 10 years off my age right away. But then I realized what a big mistake it was, because of course, you know, the beard grows really fast. So within 2 days, my nice brown beard had a shiny white layer next to the skin where the new growth came out, and it was terrible. And I dyed my hair before I got married. And the reason I did that was because I wanted the pictures to look different. You know, so I showed Phoenix, oh, this is when, you know, Mommy and Papa got married and my hair's dark, you know. Hilarious, I know. But yeah, it's a dilemma, aging and so forth, and the health issues that come with aging. But I recommend, I mean, the greatest thing you can do, and Uncle Bud will tell you, is quit smoking. And I was talking about this the other day. I don't understand how people whose livelihood depends on their respiratory system, like singers, you know, and public speakers, will smoke. But yeah, there's no restriction on it. It's just that if you want to become a naturalized citizen, you have to give up your previous citizenship. But if you acquire it back, or you acquire other citizenship, yeah. See, like my daughter's a dual citizen, obviously. My wife's not. My wife does not have a green card or U.S. citizenship. The funny thing is this, and I don't want to get political, because I'm not political. I am politically neutral, and the problem is there's no solution. Okay, so the only nationality that Taiwan does not require a naturalized citizen to renounce is China citizenship. And yet China and Chinese citizens and Chinese influence and infiltration is a huge problem here. For example, if I wanted to get into a fight, all I have to do is go down in front of Taipei 101 and get in an argument with these people down there that are pro-China unification. And they're all China wives. They're wives that Taiwanese guys have married from China and brought them here. And their goal is to have China take over, unify by force if necessary. And they said they're going to yell, they call people criminals, that disagree with them and stuff. And so, you don't have to be political to realize how dumb that is. And you don't have to be a genius to figure that, well, maybe they should be the ones who are forced to renounce their citizenship. Because a lot of people, Taiwan offers this thing called a plum card. And I know somebody that got one recently because of his educational background and business background. But there's a brain drain here. Taiwan has more, and I heard Director Christensen of AIT say this in a meeting, that Taiwan has more PhDs per capita than any other place he knows of. And they leave. They go to the United States. They go to the UK. And Taiwan tries to attract people here, but a lot of people don't want to have to give up their home citizenship. Now, me, I got no problem with that at all, and I probably will, because I'm not going to go back to the States. And the United States, don't get me started, does not have residence-based taxation. So except for raising the limit on what you can make pre-tax, other than that, you're still gonna. It's like having to pay alimony, to a bad wife. So if you come to Taiwan and you go through the process and you qualify for citizenship, and then they grant you citizenship, within 1 year you have to renounce your previous citizenship, and you have to provide them with proof, like the certificate of loss of citizenship or whatever it's called, depending on your country, and you got to present them. So all these people that I have introduced you to over the years, like Wen and her sister and all these other people, these Vietnamese that are now Taiwanese, and T's wife, for example, they're all citizens. They gave up their citizenship. But Vietnam has an arrangement where they recognize that you give up your citizenship under duress. You are forced to do so. So as a result, they can just apply and get it back afterwards. The United States has no such recognition. The United States, I don't know. This is what happens when you think you're the greatest country in the world, I guess. Because I do know an American citizen that gave up his U.S. citizenship 30 years ago, became Taiwanese, and he went back to the States for a visit on a Taiwan passport and visa. And they looked at his passport where he was born, and they said, "What's the matter? Aren't the services in the United States good enough for you?" And they hassled them for like 5 minutes. Well, why would they do that? It's none of their business. So, yeah, that's right. Of course. Because a lot of people do. All these PhDs, right, that I was telling you about, that's what they do. They go to America, they get a work permit, a green card, and then eventually they apply for citizenship, and bang, the United States has another revenue stream. I went to AIT one day, and I saw in the room everybody in the room was of Chinese descent. They're all Taiwanese dual citizens. I said to my wife, I said, look at all these fools, these people that are paying double taxes. What for? Why on earth would anybody want to do that? Why would you want to get U.S. citizenship? So you can do what? Go back to the U.S. and get mugged and not have any health insurance? So, well, that would depend on your circumstances or how you view it. So, anyway, you're Indian. I know, J-Boy. And the Indian passport isn't as widely recognized as a, in the same tier as Taiwan. The Taiwan passport has access to over, I think they said it was 235 countries, 230 countries or something, visa free. So yeah. Coming up on win-wins right here, guys. This is win-wins. We're gonna drive around for a few minutes. Right here on the right, see this? Right here on the right. So, I don't know. You say, for example, you may be able to get Taiwan citizenship and then get back your Indian citizenship later. You know what I mean? But yeah. Anyway, I know I took my Indian friend Shaman to Thailand, and one of the rules in Thailand, believe it or not, it's weird, that if you're an Indian citizen, now this is 2006. I don't know what it is now, but if you're from India and you're trying to get a landing visa in Thailand, you have to have an American citizen sign for you, like for responsibility. This is strange. Now, I didn't have to do that because what I did was I gave Shaman the business card of my attorney, who's a famous immigration attorney. And Shaman came out. He said, "Who's that guy?" And because I gave the immigration officer his card, and he just stamped my passport. Well, it depends. Depends on the country. I mean, I have heard that many countries do have a provision because they recognize that you may be under duress to do so. Like I said, Vietnam does. Now, here's an interesting thing that a lot of people don't know. Thailand, Thai males are forbidden by law from renouncing their citizenship for any reason, any purpose. Now, I do know Thai people that have Taiwanese citizenship. And what they do is they have to provide a certificate from the Thai government that says it's not permissible for them to give up citizenship. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, they want Thai men to always stay Thai. Interesting. Very interesting. Now, citizenship. This is cool. When my daughter was born, I honestly didn't want to report her birth to the United States. I don't want anything to do with that. I don't think it's anybody's business. Yeah, Thai women can renounce their citizenship, but not males. Yep. And anyway, I researched the law, and basically I was compelled by law to go to AIT and register the birth of my daughter just because she's my daughter and I'm a U.S. citizen. They compelled me to do it. And yeah, maybe it is, but it also might just be a matter of practicality because the family line goes down through the mail, the family name. So anyway, the funny thing is I had to prove that I had spent at least 5 years of my life in the United States. Now, how would you do that? Because passport stamps don't count. So, and the United States doesn't stamp passports anyway. So I ended up getting my school records, and the school records, showed that I was there. Now, here's the thing. Let's say my daughter gets married, and she has a kid. Now, my daughter's a U.S. citizen, and if she goes to register her offspring as a U.S. citizen and she hasn't spent 5 years in the United States, then she can't register that offspring as a U.S. citizen. And the reason they do that is because they don't want overseas colonies of citizens that have never set foot in the United States. So far my daughter's 7 years old and she's never been to the United States. And eventually we'll take a trip there, but there's no way that she's going to spend 5 years there. So yeah. Anyway, see, I know I sound negative. It's just that I don't agree with nationality. I don't agree with all these laws. I don't agree with passports and rules. I don't agree with races. There are no races except human. People don't seem to understand this. Like if you look at dogs, for example, there are different breeds of dogs, and they have been bred to maximize certain characteristics so they look and act, how they are, right? But they're all dogs, and they can all interbreed. Okay, well, thanks. I'm just trying to be straight. And they can all interbreed. So all humans can intermarry. It's just that some people, what keeps me where? In Taiwan? The standard of living and the freedom. And so all humans can intermarry, right? And have families. So it's one race. And it just, whenever I have to deal with governmental stuff, that just, I think it just makes things worse. The other thing that keeps me here is the health insurance. The whole time I lived in the States, I've only actually ever been employed like for about 11 years, my whole life. I spent most of my time in a state of unemployment due to the economy that existed in those days. And therefore, I had no health insurance because health insurance is provided by employers. And I had many medical problems that I wasn't able to get treatment for, and they were bad. Here in Taiwan, they have a national healthcare system. And the national healthcare system is the insurance company. The private insurance companies are out of the business. You can buy supplementary insurance if you want. So I had a painful growth in my thumb, and I went to the doctor on Wednesday. He said, it's got to come out. I said, okay. And he said, how about Friday? Okay. And he took it out in an 1.5-hour operation. He was cracking jokes the whole time. It was hilarious. And well, the charge was $10. And the surgery was so good. This guy's a plastic surgeon, because they only have plastic surgeons that operate on hands because it's very delicate. It didn't even really hurt me. I never had any post-operative pain. I've had laser surgery on both eyes. Again, it cost $10. Whenever I need anything, I just flash my insurance card, and it's like $6 or $8. I've got a cold. I went to the doctor on Tuesday or on Saturday. $3, including the medicine. I have to see a cardiologist every month because I have a type of arrhythmia. It's not dangerous. It's just annoying, and it's scary sometimes. But I get cardiac arrhythmia medication, and it cost me $6 to see the doctor. The doctor speaks English, by the way. Really, really good, experienced doctor. He's an older guy, and then I pay another $5 for medicine, so $11 a month. Now, if I lived in the United States, the medicine alone would be several $100s. And then the problem is, there's one other thing that I don't like about the United States is you got to get a referral from everybody. I need a referral. Like, you hurt your back, so you have to go to your local MD and pay their fee, just so the doctor can go, yeah, I think you have a herniated disc. You should go see an orthopedic surgeon. Yeah, well, I knew that, but I can't go to the ortho person without your stamp of approval. Why? So, some of them are, some of them aren't. But one of the things that is really interesting about Taiwan is that Chinese medicine is often covered under the national healthcare system. Here in Taiwan, if I want to see an orthopedic surgeon or an internal medicine surgeon or anybody else that I want to see, I can make a direct appointment at the hospital and see like the person. I don't need a referral. I can certainly get a referral if I want to. I can go to like my cardiologist, and he can refer me to a specialist with the information and everything, but I don't have to. And we call that buke, the orthopedics, because like if you injure a bone or something, and that you're going to have to talk to an orthopedic doctor, so you just register, to see that doctor. It's fantastic. So that's the other reason that keeps me here, and the people are amazing. Taiwan is, I call it God's thumbprint. It's so beautiful. This is the industrial park where I live, and yep, that's what keeps me here. Great food. Now Andreas's factory is over here on the left. So I'm just driving around the block. I'm just wasting a little bit of time so I can keep talking to you guys for a few minutes. But I think it's time to say goodbye. It's been 38 minutes. Good questions, guys. Good questions. But yeah, please don't take my comments as being negative. I just tell it like it is, like we used to say in the 70s. Gonna tell it like it is. Just want to thank my sponsor, ivideo.com.tw. Check out TaiwanLive.tv. And oh, look at this guy. Okay, I thought he was gonna come kind of close there. Guess he's okay. So, hey Jeff, nice to see you, man. Yeah, well, Taiwan's here, man. So come on back and, be sure and let me know. And we'll hang out, we'll do a stream. Yeah. Good to have you with us too, Jeff. I'm just driving through. This is the road that Dennis's bar was on, but he's up on the next block. But this is all Thai down here in Vietnamese. It's a Thai place on the right, see? Sanya, you mean Sanyi in Miaoli County? Or Sanxia, I'm not sure where you mean Sanya, but Ed, how are you? Welcome from Dallas. I never spent time in Texas. I had some friends that were from Texas. They were just fantastic people. And some of my followers are in Texas. Uncle Bud and Ken Rod. I've been to 2 airports in Texas. Oh, in China. Oh, I see. Okay. I see. Yeah, I've been to China 4 times. And 3 out of the 4 was to go to complain at a factory that was making stuff for me and how they messed it up. In Black Dragon Province, that's another story. The 4th time I went to Shenzhen, to a factory owned by a Taiwanese gentleman. It's a bicycle factory. They make 6 million bikes a year. I brought a U.S. customer there to work on a... Okay, Hainan. That's the island. Okay, wow. Okay, cool. It's where they got the secret submarine base. Shh. Don't tell anybody. Yeah, Hainan Island. They have Hainan Jifan here. They have Hainan rice, chicken rice here too, which I've seen. It's pretty cool. Taiwan's better. Well, it is for me. Everybody, it's not a surveillance state here like China is, and they don't have that social merit thing going on, which I don't understand. I don't understand the folks that want the that want unification, because it's going to be such an authoritarian state, and I don't, and Taiwanese value their freedom and personal rights, and no Facebook, no YouTube. I mean, YouTube was started in part by a person from Taiwan. He's one of the people that was on the team, that started YouTube. Anyway, yeah, Facebook they call FB, and live streaming is so popular here that one of the big, or most of the big actually, shopping apps have people live streaming their content, what they're selling. Actually, Taiwanese people have said that they think it would be worse than Hong Kong because they feel that the CCP has to teach Taiwan a lesson. I don't know if that's true or not, but they really want to put Taiwanese people in their place for having the unmitigated gall, to want to be independent and rule themselves, you know what I mean? So, all right, so just want to say thank you, everybody. We're going to take off now, and it's been a pleasure talking with all of you, and see you next time. Now that I'm feeling better, hopefully I'll be back into doing some field work for you guys. I got some other stuff that I want to show you, and then we also got some Bootsy barbecue sauce to talk about too, because Bootsy is ready to go into production in about 6 weeks. You should be able to order it anywhere in the world. So you guys take care. MJ Klein here for Taiwan Live TV. Be sure to check out taiwanlive.tv, and thanks to ivideo.com.tw. You guys take care. It's Ai Jen, and we'll see you. Bye bye from Taiwan.